Hey everyone, Sheldon here, and welcome to another video. So, first of all, I want to apologize again for not uploading for a while. I've just been so incredibly busy with work that I haven't really been able to work on the projects I'd like to work on. But anyway, besides that, here's the paper M1911. You can see the slide is on there, and it looks like it's basically finished, but there are still a few things I have to do to it before it's done. You can see it does have basic function. It's still a little rough in areas internally, like on the rails. I need to polish them to make it work a little bit better. There's still just a little bit of friction in there, but other than that, works pretty well. Now, there's no recoil spring in here yet, so hopefully I'll find one pretty soon that works. And I'm still actually debating whether or not I'm going to use this, which is the recoil spring plug, or, you know, make like a recoil spring guide, which is the actual rod that comes out with the barrel. But, you know, I'll figure that out when the time comes, which is hopefully sooner than later. So these cartridges actually feed into the chamber pretty well. I'll show you really quick. So just put one in here. So it just fed into the chamber. Hopefully you can see that right there. So it was pretty easy to actually get it to do that. Just needed to make sure the feeding ramp was pretty smooth and stuff. So unfortunately I don't have an extractor or ejector yet for this, but I plan on making those pretty soon. And I'm just gonna show you what the inside of the slide looks like. So I'm just gonna take it off of here. Just gotta get this out. So I don't have the little cutouts in the slide yet for the slide stop to actually work, and it's actually not complete anyway, so I don't have to move it back a little bit and then take it out. I'm able to just take it out right now just by pushing this, and then it comes out just like that, and then I can just move this entire slide forward. It comes off just like that. So you guys have already seen this, but here's the slide right here. So I'm just going to take the barrel out of here so you can see the inside of the slide. So just gonna take the barrel bushing out, and these are old components, like the barrel bushing and the recoil spring plug, which is right here. These are pretty old, so they don't fit perfectly. I might remake them, but right now they seem to work okay. And then I'm just going to move the barrel link forward, and this should just come out like that. You can see these little cutouts here. Those were a pain to cut out, but it seems to work okay. I might need to put more super glue on them, you know. The whole thing still needs to be polished. Like, this was kind of crudely done, but, you know, I'll fix it up. It's just gonna be a lot smoother than this in the future. And then the slide, you can see, is right here. Now, if you guys remember, the breech in my last video was a square. It's still a square. I'm just going to either fill that up with resin or just put stacked paper in there, or maybe something heavier, because I know some people have trouble with paper slides, and the magazines that have like the original spring in them, the factory spring, it doesn't really work very well to strip the cartridge off the magazine. So I might put something heavier in there, but I might not. We'll see. And you can see those cutouts right there, which is what these fit into when the barrel is in the right position. It's a real pain to make those. It's just really hard. Like, I had to sand it and do all sorts of stuff to get it to work. I actually wrapped some sandpaper around a colored pencil and just sanded in there, and it seemed to work pretty well. But, you know, just do what you can, I guess. And then these areas here were just filled up with super glue and baking soda, which is pretty strong, but you can see the front shape here. It's kind of like an 8, the number 8. It looks pretty good. It's pretty symmetrical, and I would say I'm pretty happy with it. It seems to work pretty well. So the way I actually got this rounded shape for the top of the slide was pretty easy, actually. This is why I brought this in here. It's just this metal cylinder, and I put some tape on here to make it the right inside diameter for the slide, and then I wrapped paper around it, which made a cylinder that looked like this, but the part of the cylinder that's missing is now the top of the slide. So you can see I just cut that off and glued it on here, and it worked perfectly, actually. I mean, it's nice and strong, like it sounds almost like plastic or something, but yeah, it's a pretty good method to get a nice rounded surface for the slide. So I'm just gonna put this back together so I don't lose these pieces. Just like this. You know, there's not a particular way yet because I haven't made all the components, so usually you have to do some things before others, but right now it really doesn't matter. And when it's put together, you can see how the barrel works. It goes down a little bit like that and then out. It looks cooler when it's actually all put together, so I'm just gonna put this on here. So just like this. And then you can see in that hole right there, when the barrel link is lined up, you can see the whole thing moving, and it looks like it's lined up, but usually I take something like a pencil and make sure it's lined up. And then I take this, put it in there, and there you go. So yeah, after it's all put together, it functions. I have to admit, it's really satisfying when it actually finally works. You know, like, you guys didn't see all the trial and error, but I sure did, let me tell you, buddy. So yeah, overall, I'm really happy with this so far. It works really nicely, a lot better than I thought it would, but you know, just be expecting more videos on this. And in case you're wondering where the green mat is, I'm actually not in the same room right now because I'm in here because it has a bigger table, so I was able to work on some blueprints and stuff a lot easier for a project I'm working on. And you guys are going to see some updates on that pretty soon. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, you guys. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section below or in a personal message. And be sure to subscribe if you'd like to see all the latest updates. And I'll see you guys in the next video.